Okay, this is a real title. This is not a message to your exes. This is a message to you. And I just hear them. So I experience, and then I hear the message, and then I do. So please understand where I'm coming from. Understand my experience today had nothing to do with anyone else. Like, it's between me and what I've got going on. So if you don't understand this, then I'm so sorry. This is not a message to your exes. This is a message to you. What if, what if, let's say that they were the ones to left and or you were the ones to leave, okay? But what if in either direction you were the one that was kind of unpleased, unappeased, on this, on that? What if, like, my dog teaches me this. I don't know why my upper lip is itching, but it is. So this is not about anybody in specific or X or any of that. This is not about no hurt shit. This is about like today's reality. What if it's not about them, it's about you? Like, what if? What if in their life it's about them and in your life it's about you? Because that's kind of how God, spirit, source, and universe works. They have their own spirit guides and their own spirit them. And then you have your own spirit guides and your own spirit you. 2:30, 3 o'clock. So I'm wondering, what if what if all these messages that you receive from all these tarot readings is a message about you? That it really doesn't have anything to do with them. They can promise you today, tomorrow, and the next day. Hi, Rashima. How you doing today? They can promise you today, tomorrow, and the next day. But what if it's really just kind of about you? They say, okay, this is a message from your past you. And this is a message of people or your surroundings or what's going on in your life. And this is another message about your ex and what they think about you. But what if they have nasty thoughts? Does that bring you down to something else? Or does it bring you up, pull you up to say, okay, I'm bountiful? Whether they come back or not. Yeah, they may come back someday. That might happen. And you might have like a second chance, a second decision. But what if without, and I'm not saying without them, but without that attachment, you are your best you? Like, what if it doesn't take anybody to help you get where you already at? At that point, you should thank God, source, universe for where you is. Not where you're going, where you're at, but where you is. Because God, source, universe, they don't stop 444 on the clock. They don't stop at where you're at. They stop at where you need to be at that moment. And then they create another moment to keep guiding you into the next one. But they just don't stop. 505. There's change. Everything is changeable. Everything is linear. Everything is not today, maybe tomorrow. Not tomorrow, maybe next week. Not next week, maybe next month. But they don't tell you where you're going. They just guide you where you need to be. And yes, when I run into hurdles, 5:33 on the clock. Even when I run into hurdles, I be like, look here, I cuss them out. I don't care, because you know what I learned about God and Source and Universe. They love the self that you are. 555. Maybe in your future, yes, you will change. There will always be change for you and within you. And then you'll stop cussing them out and you'll just be like, oh, Jesus. But then that's that fake know-how. That's that what I read in the Bible is I'm supposed to be like this. No, I will cuss their asses out. I don't mind it. Exactly, Rashima. I love that you understand me. It's lovely. I like you. I love you, baby. I hope you always come. You always do. You always show up. Even if for in the middle of your night, my night, or whatever, you stop by, give a like, and go. And I just appreciate that. That's what's up. But God does not discriminate. You think that he gonna put you in the dirt because of some karmic situation, and he's not gonna expect you to cuss him out? We're human, and he's godly. 7-11 on the clock. I mean, who hasn't stopped by 7-Eleven for some gas? Well, unless you're in another country, but there's 7-Elevens here. And sometimes you gotta run out of gas and put some more in your tank, because you have a whole lot of life to live. A whole lot of life. You just don't stop at right now. Okay, look, I'm gonna put this over here. Now, can I die now? No. God said no. No. I mean, unless I'm 755, about to have 5 number of change, unless I'm about to have a heart attack right now. No, the change is the change within self. You have to like sometimes you have to go through grief to reorganize yourself. So grief said, God, why the heck did I you know how I'm saying? Have any of you ever been to like jail or prison? You're like, God, why am I heck am I here? Because you gotta go through grief to reorganize yourself. It's not like I hurt 8:33 on the clock. This is a reorganization of self. Whatever the worst you've been through, but look, I'm gonna say this. The 844, there are starving kids in Rwanda. There are people who can't eat themselves, or their bodies are eating themselves. So don't think that you had the worst of what life has to give, because honestly, even them kids live, and then they end up parents, and they got to be better than how they grew up. That's kind of the point. Is to be better than how you grew up. Everybody has, I'm not saying it's bad. I have some compassion for yourself. Live within yourself and say to your body, if you felt it was good, bad, or ugly, I went through this. Oh God, let me say this. I once heard the best quote I ever heard in my entire life. And they said, look, and they were telling their child today, you have to do what I say. But when you have children, or if you don't like the way I raised you, then change it up a little bit. But right now, this is what we need. And this is what I'm saying and what I said I meant. And that's the most amazing thing I ever heard. She changed her genealogical energy. She said, you don't have to do the same things as me. 1044. But when your child grow up, you got to do something. You can't just let them run amok. 1055. 10 is the number of change, and so is 5. A 10 is a new beginning, and so is 5. I'm just saying, you just can't let them tell you whom is in charge. 1111. You are in charge of that situation as you are. When they grow up, situations change, and then they get to choose how the 1122, how they deal with the situation. But at this moment, I'm your mama. 1133. I can do anything, but I sure can't change you. So if you don't like how I do it, when you the mama, or you don't have no children, or you don't have nothing left, you have nothing left. That's a horrible way of putting it. When you have a direction to follow it. 12:02 on the clock. Don't follow behind me if you don't like what I do. If you think you can do it better, here goes the yawn. If you think you can do it better, then do it. But in this moment, 12:22, and I know what's best for you because of what I've been through, I need you to change this attitude. This attitudinal behavior. And then not only do you see how one finger is pointed at her, but there's 2 fingers, actually this one and that one. But there's 3 pointing back at you. So you have to understand at the same level that pointing fingers doesn't make shit no better. It makes you part of the sequence. Say they're doing wrong, say you're the bad person, point these fingers the same way, and there's still 3 more pointed at in the other direction. The thing is to love yourself first, because I promise you, love is never ending. It doesn't stop here. 1333. Love is everywhere. It's just, what kind of love do you want? You have to be very specific. 1344. Because you can get exactly the love that you wish for, or you can get the love that God was meant for you. There's destiny love. And then there's, I don't know, what do they call it? Twin flame love. It's not even that. Twin flames are crazy. It's that soulmate love. 1414. And then there's, oh, can you give me a break? And then there's the love that can't break. 1433. Soulmate love is breakable, trust me. But true love is unbreakable. That's the person, 1444, that regardless of what you think of, That's the person that you'll never forget until the day you die. 1455. Change. It doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that they were meant to be. It just means that maybe you were meant for them and they just don't see it yet. 1515. They just don't see it yet. Does that mean you can sit out in this world and just be sitting there and be celibate? No. I mean, I'll take a whole look. As long as we're protected, 1533, I'll take a whole bunch of soulmates because waiting on you could take years upon decades. I may not see you for another 10 years, but when I see you in 10 years and it's meant to be, there will be no question. I'm not going to have to answer to you both ways. I don't care what you did. Because honestly, what you did back then was not promising, but it's how you show up. Are you showing up 7, 16, 16? Are you showing up in a real way or just a behind the scenes? Oh, I don't want to tell you what I honestly did, but I'll tell you about half of it. Look, look, do I look like I grew up while you was gone in a goddamn nook? I didn't grow up in a corner. I wasn't locked behind closed doors, 1644. I literally understand what happened here. And I understand your part. And also, because I grew up what I did 1707. This is not a joke. Keep playing with your life. Get your life. Once you get your life, I promise you it'll be the most abundant thing you've ever had. Because getting your life is the best thing in the world. Because then can't nobody stop you from your swirl. Regardless of whether they're there or not. Excuse an ex real quick, as quickly as they excused you. Excuse me. Excuse you. Hachu, bless you. Hachu, bless me too. If somebody doesn't see your worth, then they cannot possibly be honorable. Especially if they're out here just doing any and everything because they, I don't know, hit that. I can't even lie. Look, I went through like this whole ass when I turned 40 that I don't know when I turned 37 I went through this whole 36 5 and 4 I went through this whole like midlife crisis thing. I was married to someone, and this is the honest God's truth. This is the God honest truth. So I was married to someone, but I think I just kind of, and then like it was like a chokehold, like a noose. And that's not like a black people joke because we're not going there. 1909. Please do not talk to me about slavery because I will tear your ass up about it. But let's moving right along. 1919. I'm saying I felt like I was on a noose. So when I left that situation and then somehow ended up in another one, it was like the noose was so loose I could scratch my ears and then the chain was off. And I could be a dog. I went from one end of the spectrum to another. But I fell in love with that one. Not because I could be a dog. Because that one, 1955, and this is the truth, actually made me realize that I was not in love. The first time I was a love chaser, and the second time I was loving someone. I never loved anyone before. 2022. And then when that ended up in shambles, probably because my insecurities and theirs, 2033, I decided, you know what? And that person changed me so much that I started this whole journey in the first place, 2044. I promise. And that person changed me so much. I said, with or without them, I'm going to stay abundant. I'm going to continue to evolve myself with or without them, whether they stayed there or not. I was and still am in some points in time because it's part of my nature. A very hardened person. Like I can go from this to like, okay, my man, look, what's up there? Because we can fight in the middle of the street right now. Because you know what? I'm a captain to my shit. Or I could be this person, and you can grow and evolve in spirituality. Or I can be that same person that you just met right now. And you know what? I'll beat your ass in the street right now because I'm not playing with you. Because this is my life. And you know what? If you want to sit here and act a fool, I'll show you one. But why the heck should I go out there? Hiroshima, hey baby. Why the heck should I go out there and be a street dog when I can have peace in my life? 2211, right here. And I can dog out some mugs. I can get you kicked out. I can get you jumped. I can get you this. Because, like, my smile says the most and my wink says less. It's time. And then, or I could just get out of that life, 2233, and just say, shh. Listen to my silence. Listen to my peace. Come get your neighbors. Rashima, you know what? Where you live? Because I'm all about that. You know what I'm saying? I got a whole crew behind me. It's not, I love to be funny about it, but I'm not. I'm being very serious. I'm that person. When I say I was a promoter, I literally, I can't walk. If I went out tonight, I'll send you a video personally of somebody saying, if anybody in here mess with you, me and my whole crew about to whoop their ass. Because I was such a good person to the people around me. I created that rapport of being a good person. And now, I don't know. I don't have to do nothing. I can smile the wrong way and somebody notice it and say what they do to you. What they do to you, Ace. Look. I don't care what they did. I'm about to go up to them right now and find out where they live. And then I'm going to mess up their whole dang family. But that's not what I want. You know what I want? I'm tired of chasing fuck shit 24/24. I want like grounded. I want peace. I want silence. I don't want to hear what you can do for me. I know more. And even though I adore you for it, because that's loyalty. 24:44 on the clock. Loyalty is a lot of things, and it means a lot of things. And it really touched my heart. But one thing it cannot do is create a new start in my life. Me. Even if you do what you gotta do, even your actions create something that can be havoc to me. So guess what? I say, thank you, brother. I appreciate you. You're 100. Thank you so much. But I'm good. Because I can walk on these own 2 feet on my own. And any havoc created in my life, I created it. So then if I end up in a situation I don't want to be in, like jail or prison, I got there myself. And not because I sent you. 2544. But at this time in my life, I'm not even hanging out with you. Sorry, bro. 2555. That's change. I choose a 9 to 5. I choose not to hustle the streets. I choose to be a better me. I choose not to be that person. So everybody and anybody that wanted to come behind me or wants to come behind me, go get it then. I promise you, 2626. I know how it ends. I saw my own premonition in my own eyes, the way I was going, and I stopped. I never got caught, but I stopped before that premonition came true. I saw the destiny of the road I was following. Everyone can do that. Everyone can say, every cigarette I smoke, I know the ending result. Everyone can do that. Everyone can see their own premonitions of the mistakes they keep making over and over again, the wheel of fortune. Everyone can do it. Not just me, not just you, not just even the second person in this room. Everyone can do it. Close your eyes. Don't imagine today. Don't imagine the next second. Imagine 10 years from now. And see. That's what my problem is. That's what my spirit guides say. They say, the problem is you see too far in advance, 27:55 on the clock, to just accept today. Stop. Look in advance. Okay. Follow the guidance you have been given. Okay. So today I've been guided because of my premonition to quit. Now what do? Now I'm stuck in a whole nother level, 28, because that's all I ever knew. So what am I going to do now? I'm going to grow my finances in other ways, some way, somehow that is not illegal, that doesn't require a gang, and I'm not a gang member, and I'm telling you that. I've never joined a gang a day in my life. When I started music, they asked me to join the Illuminati, and I said, nah, bitch. I'm not doing that. I know what you do. No. And I asked, and it's like, and I'm going on the streets today. If you don't have to fight the people that are haters of who you the heck are, and then you don't have to send somebody behind you, and I've never been a gang member, let me say that. If you don't have to send somebody behind you, then you gotta deal with all the drama that come with it. So, and this is a story to tell you to be a witness of your own life. Because everybody's story is different, but it's still all relevant. And that's what people don't understand, is every story is relevant. It's just how you comprehend it and then make it relevant to your own. It's like saying, I hate chicken. I love chicken. I'm a chicken fanatic, but you're a vegetarian. And I say, but chicken, chicken make me gassy and sick. But you're a vegetarian and you keep eating relish and it makes you gassy and sick. Still relevant. It's just not the same subject. That's how you find relevancy between each sign, is that you have to make it relevant to you. Like, learn the lesson. It's like learning a lesson from a story from the Holocaust. 3044. Those people really went through that. People really went through slavery. People really went through things. But how are you going to learn the lesson of it? Do you ever learn the lesson of never being mistreated? Never, ever, ever stand up for yourself. Have pride. Because there were more Jews in that camp than there were men with guns, Germans. There were more African American slaves picking cotton than there was the house people that owned it. When are you going to stand up? 31, 33 on the clock. When are you going to stand up for yourself? Even if it's as a unit. When are we going to unite actually and stop abandoning each other? We can continue to do that over and over and over again. I mean, seriously. What do they call it? Chivalry? Can you say, I'm sorry and I love you on your worst day? Can you say, I didn't mean what I said and I didn't mean it how you took it, and I apologize on your worst statement? You just had a bad day that day. And it came out like, fuck you, bitch, you still crazy, fuck this, that, and the other. Can you change that in your worst moment of like, I did that and I'm so sorry. It wasn't you, it was me. Who in this world has that ability? Because that's true growth. True growth in this world is to admit when you're wrong. Because what you see wrong in someone else is what is reflected within you. Can you choke up even on your birthday, 3322, and say, man, I know who was in the bathroom, and I know I talked all that shit to you, and then I know you was trying to talk me down, and I know that I did it anyway, 3333, and then I know I fucked up, and I'm sorry. Because honestly, we wouldn't have even gotten that fight if I was in my sober moment, 3344, and we wouldn't have even been in this situation. But one thing I know is you better never treat me that way the fuck again. Because don't talk to me crazy. Because I didn't do nothing but help you. But I know my part and I'm sorry. My part. There's a lot of forgive but not forget that means something. I forgive you. And I forgive me too. Will I forget that ever happened? I mean, for real. Come on. You don't forget the stuff that happened in first grade. You don't forget the teacher that treats you so badly you didn't know what to say. 34, 34. Like seriously. You just don't forget that shit. But one thing you do forget, and you can forget, is that childhood wounding, that thing, 34, 44 on the clock, that it brought up, that need to defend yourself. But in the first place, look, if you don't want my help, I'm going to leave you right here. And that same person you're about to leave right there is about to drag you back in for like this. Stop talking to me like that. And then they'll be back in your face, and then you leave them right where they're at. Or they'll calm their ass down, and then y'all can coincide together. But there's no treating me like, I don't know, like an ash on a cigarette, and you get thrown in an ashtray like I don't mean shit. No, baby. I smoke cigarettes. I'm not one. I rule my addiction. You have one, and you apparently can't control that one. Because my ash still go in my ashtray. And my drink still go in my cup. And I don't have to ask or argue with you to get another one. And I can go home and be happy and drunk. Or I can sit here and have a conversation with you and argue all day, all night until the sun come up. No. Look. Shh. I got my cigarette. I got my drink. And there's silence. Who's arguing? And if you're mad at me for it, then you are. This is like church. I don't ask you what you do behind closed doors. Once you leave this session, I'm not saying nothing. Because guess what? With or without you, I have this. I can turn on some meditation music and be in peace and silence. So, why are you trying to ruin this 3744 with your dramatic antics? You could have this too if you were meant for me and I was meant for you. Apparently we're not, because you are disturbing this with what I should be, who I am, and what I need to do. Look here. Are you here right now? And am I what I am, what I should be? And what am I doing? I am sitting in my peace and silence. It's not a bad thing to have peace, 3838. And it's not a bad thing to have silence. It's honestly been the most peaceful moment in my life I've ever had. I've never not had to please nobody. I have a dog in his kennel, and he started out trying to disturb my peace, and even he knows it's time for my silence. I need silence to think. Every time you come to me with some little BS, I am not even at this moment, and I'm not trying to hear it. Because guess what? Whatever you, even as a couple, have going on, if I was your couple, whatever you have going on is your shit, and whatever I fix your shit. I'll fix my shit. And we still have peace and silence. That way, when I make love to you, I can actually hear you scream. Because the peace within me wants to hear every vocal that your voice can make. People think they can take it. You can't take shit. 40, 44. Now when you have true peace and silence, that's what God made. How do you think people meditate? How are you going to meditate if you can't be in your house and listen to the trees sing? True peace and silence is the ability to do these things. When you're in true peace within your heart, you're not worried about so much about who's coming next, but you're worried about what does the trees say. Thank you, God, Source, Universe. Because when the wind blows, the trees shake and they make music. It's so beautiful. And also, if you have a poolside apartment like I do, you can hear the water ripples. You can hear your neighbor's air conditioner. You can hear yourself. What do I want to do next? And I'm going to tell you something. My peace is so peaceful. I had like 24, 33. I was like, there's something I wanted to do for like the last week of not having 42, my own peace. Because I kept catering to everybody else. But today, I said, you know what? Let me check out of my job. Because fuck that shit. Let me have a moment to myself and see what I do. I said, let me have a moment to myself and see what I do. 43:13 on the clock. Let me have a moment to myself to see what I do. I cleaned my house. I'm training my dog. It smells like bleach ass in here. Oh, bleach is so strong. But he peed everywhere. Something I had been putting off. I said, if he's going to keep peeing 43, then I was going to clean up his spot. No. I had to clean up everything. Because pee is in the air. You ever like sat on the toilet and peed and smelled your own pee, or pooped and smelled your own poop? That's essence that's going and flying as particles flowing in the air. By the way, cover your toothbrush. Anyway, it's particles flowing in the air. The smell of your own pee and poop. Now, can you imagine what dogs do? 44:22. So everything that he did that I could smell in my house, it was becoming a greater. It's like it started out like this and it become a greater, like a congregation. You start out as one and then it ended up like every freaking where. 44. And I said, you know what? Not today. We're going to learn something. When he was younger, I felt bad. 44:55. Okay. But now he's old enough to know enough and smart enough to know better. No, boy. We're not going to keep doing this. No, sir. I'm going to clean it up. And then if you want to be somewhere, you're going to have to smell bleach. And you know what? Dog senses, their nose. I'm a dog sign. I'm not even going to say it. Chinese astrology. I'm a dog. So when I smell bleach, it really kind of messes with my sinuses even up here. So I know it's doing something to him because he won't pee nowhere. So let's do it. I bleach my floor every day. And we haven't had a problem. So it's kind of like, work with what you got. You're a lovely fucking people. You are a lovely fucking people. And we are a people as in a unit. It's like saying you're a person, and you're different. No, not really. Have you ever thought you were the most different person in the world, and then you went on TV and watched a movie, and there's somebody that made a movie 46, that's a number of change. Have you ever watched a movie and then the movie was saying exactly how different you are, which is the same as someone else felt? You're just worlds apart, but still the same feeling. I'm a lesbian. Sometimes bisexual, depending on who you are, but not that bi, just stay with you. I love women. I really do. That's my truth. I'm not even gonna lie. Right hand to God. I don't mind sleeping with a male figure, but see how I put it? 47. I don't mind sleeping with a male figure. But in the morning, you kind of gotta go. But as far as women, it's more emotional. Like, I want to see where you're coming from first. Because when I imagine my forever, I really want my lady by my side. Unconditionally. And let's grow something that's so big, so exponential, so expanded. So this is Ace of Wands, the Hierophant. Here's what I've learned today. And thank you so much for joining. You're welcome to like, share, comment, and subscribe, as well as there's a Cash App underneath this. But as far as love, let love in. Fuck the side bitch. Let love in. And sometimes love is not where you expect it to be. It may not necessarily be who you like, but it's the most loving thing is the person that's always on your mind. Please be safe out here. We sure don't want no shit we ain't deserving. And sometimes BS is stuff that people will give.